Hey, what's going on everyone? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another YouTube video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the other weapon that was also added today with heavy metal. And it's an amazing new sword that's also another one that's going to be the first of its kind, because it's the very first wayframing sword that actually also rolls with Eager Edge. And I know that's what everyone's kind of excited about, but we also have a couple of things that are going to work pretty well with Eager Edge. And it's going to make this sword one of the best with some crazy utility. So in today's video, we're going to be going over all the perks that you can get on this sword, what are some of the best ones, and the ones that you should be looking for if you're looking for a god rule in this weapon. And afterwards, we'll have a mini review where I just kind of talk a little about the weapon. But let's not waste any time, let's get into it, and first let's talk about where to actually get this weapon. And just like with the other weapon, this one comes from the end of heavy metal matches. Every time you finish these matches, you have a chance of actually getting this sword to actually drop. Now this sword comes with two different origin traits, the first one being Hockey Breach Armaments, which is going to give it some more damage against constructs and vehicles, or you also have Tenacity, which is going to increase your handling, reload speed, and also give you a bit of extra damage whenever you get final blows with this weapon. Both of these perks are just okay, but we're not really going to be looking for a lot of damage with this weapon. We're mostly going to be using for the crazy utility this thing's going to have. And now let's move on and let's take a look at the most important thing on any weapon. Let's take a look at those trait perks. We're going to be having a quick look at both roles, and then we're going to go a little bit more in depth into some of the perks or the ones that you should be paying attention to. So let's get into it, and let's start with the very first trait perk. Now these are the options we have for the very first trait perk. We have Proximity Power, Relentless Strikes, Attrition Orbs, Assassin's Blade, Sharp Harvest, and lastly Wellspring. And there's three perks that I think really stand out here. The first one is going to be Sharp Harvest. Whenever you land 3 light attacks within a short period of time, you gain special ammo. This is going to be an insane perk to actually have on this sword, just because the requirement is just so easy to actually activate. All you have to do is just hit something 3 times, and it gives you free special ammo. And considering how strong the special weapons are right now, this just gives you more special to play with, and be able to actually abuse it some more. So this is going to be a really good utility perk. And next we have another fantastic utility perk with Attrition Orbs. Whenever you deal sustained damage, it's going to create Orbs of Power. Because we all know the easy way of creating Orbs of Power. There's so many things in the game that use Orbs of Power that being able to generate one just by doing damage with your sword is also going to be fantastic. And the final perk in this slot that I think is going to be good is Proximity Power. Whenever you get some final blows when targets are nearby, which is going to be all the time, you gain bonus melee stat. So this is just going to give you a nice boost to your melee stat. It doesn't have the utility of the other two of just being able to get free ammo or free orbs, but this is still another perk that just kind of gives you some utility on the weapon. But those three I think are going to be the best perks that you can actually go for on this weapon. And now let's move on to the second trait perk. Now these are the perks that are on the second column. You have Surrounded, Burning Ambition, Binary Orbit, Elemental Honing, Eager Edge, and lastly Chain Reaction. And you're just looking for Eager Edge. Let's be serious, if you are going for this sword, you're going for Eager Edge. That's pretty much it. That's the reason why this sword stands out so much, and the reason that people are probably going to use this sword. Just this perk on its own, with a couple of the combinations in the first slot. These are the ones that are going to be good. I did mess around with one with Chain Reaction for a little bit. Oh, it was fun, especially when paired up with Sharp Harvest. Just being able to get a bunch of ammo with Chain Reaction and Sharp Harvest. I would be lying if I didn't say that Eager Edge is like the perk in this slot. Especially because, like I said, this weapon is going to be mostly about utility, not doing a whole bunch of damage. So things like Elemental Honing and Surrounded are not really things you want to go for on this sword. There's much better swords out there that are for actual damage. This sword is mostly going to be about the Eager Edge. Maybe Chain Reaction, you want to mess with that one, and the Ammo Regenerating perk, but that's pretty much it. And for the god rolls that you want to go from this weapon, we're going to keep this brief, we're going to keep it short. It's basically Eager Edge with either Sharp Harvest or Eager Edge plus Attrition Orbs. It kind of depends what you're going for. Do you want more special ammo, or do you want Orbs of Power? That's pretty much the question that you're going to have to ask yourself, but for sure, you're going to be pairing it with Eager Edge. You can actually pair up Sharp Harvest and Chain Reaction, and that would be very fun. So that's another role that you should try out if you do get it. And there's actually a possibility that you could actually get all these perks just in one roll. It will take a little bit of luck, or, you know, having some tier 5 drops. But you could definitely get all these in just one row and have like the ultimate god roll. But that's pretty much it. The weapon is amazing, it has some insane utility, and if you like eager edge swords, you're gonna love this one even more. That is pretty much all I have to say. I was gonna keep this video pretty short, just because there's not really much I can say about this sword, besides it's got some crazy utility. So thank you for watching today, thank you for stopping by, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care everyone, have a good rest of your day, peace.